Now that we've thought about how decomposition and the carbon cycle work, let's dig a little deeper to apply these ideas to the two types of plants we're going to be testing in our experiment. Like we mentioned earlier, we want to know if it's better to plant water saver or water spenders in our restoration sites. Both of these plant types are native coastal sage scrub species, but the water savers are much more efficient in how they use their water, and they don't lose a lot of water that they take up to their leaves. Instead, they use almost all the water they take up for growth. Water spenders are the opposite. These are more wasteful plants. They lose more water out of their leaves and don't use much of it for growth. We also want to know how these areas have been restored with water savers and water spenders compared to unrestored areas where we don't plant anything. These areas are mostly dominated by non-native black mustard plants. In our experiment, we're really interested in understanding two things. One, the rate at which different plant types decompose after they die, and two, whether restoring the native plants created a better environment for decomposition. We can investigate this by looking at the decomposition of leaf litter. Leaf litter is a dead plant material that falls off plants after it dies, or a part of it dies. Think of the piles of leaves on the ground during the fall. Now let's take some time to investigate our different plant types to help us predict how they might affect decomposition. On the next slide, you'll see a link to a VoiceThread slideshow with pictures and videos of different plant types and instructions on how to set up your field notebook to help you record your observations. Take some time to visit the VoiceThread and compare the plants to see if you can make a prediction about which one will decompose and break down more quickly.